give us work up one of your fantastic intros?
No, you can't
Off
put
top
that.
here.
You can't give. Okay, fine.
Let's see if they remember my name.
See if I remember your name.
Yeah.
Sam Burr.
All right, that works.
You should have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Pulled out
I'm
some
impressed.
random name.
Yeah, I should.
Michael.
Steven. Santana Lopez.
I like that one. Hey, we're changing my name.
Call him Sanlo.
All right. Welcome to the watering hole.
Hell yeah.
Actually, should I say welcome to the Raised Rowdy podcast? We're the watering hole.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Raised Rowdy podcast. We're the watering hole on our own channel, getting taken over, but we love it, with the guys from Raised Rowdy, Mr. Matt Burrill and Sam Burr, who for some reason thought I didn't know his name. I don't know why.
Hey, we don't remember many things. At least I don't. But,
No, yeah. We've been giving it hell this week. It's been
Yeah,
fun.
you know, I'm terrible with names too. Like when I meet somebody, I'll be like, who is that?
Yeah.
What's his name? And I'll have a whole interaction with him, and I'll be like, and I'll be like a fan too, and I feel terrible,
Right.
Because I've talked to him before, and I'll be like, what's your name? And then afterwards, I'll be like, I just remember who that was. Like,
Yep.
oh, that was cool.
And you would think with the little amount of people that actually recognize us, they're like 2 every 6 months we get,
Right.
we'd remember their name.
Yeah.
In my defense, at least 50% of my memory is dedicated just to song lyrics. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running on 50% capacity.
at least you have memory.
Thank God for that. That's for sure.
So, you guys are out at Calf Fry, and it's been awesome to get to talk to you guys and see you guys at work here. You're doing the hosting. you're doing the whole thing, and we love it.
Yeah, dude, it's been awesome. I've always told people back in Nashville that if there's a spot you got to get out to that's a little far from home base in Middle Tennessee, you got to get out to Stillwater. This place, it's been on a bucket list for me to come out and just attend a Calf Fry, let alone get to introduce all the artists and get to be as involved as we are this year. And Sam's a Calf Fry veteran, been to a few of them.
Yeah, I'm very biased. This is honestly my favorite place to be. Like not only Calf Fry but Stillwater in general.
Yeah.
I think it's when it comes to the culture and red dirt music, this is Mecca. You can't get better than this, I don't think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Just real quick, for the few people that don't know who you guys are, what you do, briefly touch on both things that you got going on here.
All right, cool. So again, my name is Matt Burrill, Raised Rowdy, and I'm one of the co-owners, Nikki T, who is currently resting back at the hotel room. He's been putting a lot of work this weekend behind the scenes, late night. Shout out to our man Dwayne. It's been a fun weekend.
But behind the scenes, we know what that means. We know the kind of work that Nick's doing. Okay.
He's doing the Lord's work for America and stuff. But we are a country music lifestyle brand and media company. Nick started the brand back in Pittsburgh in 2017, basically doing similar to what you guys do, the green room interviews, traveling to Ohio, traveling to West Virginia, and doing a lot of stuff up in Pittsburgh. Had a blog, and then started making T-shirts for folks that were in the crew, and it started as a group of guys and girls going to a festival in Ohio. We always say Raised Rowdy started in a field in Fort Loramie, Ohio, with people tent camping and drinking cold beer and getting the openers via Facebook Messenger to come and hang out in the campgrounds with them. That's kind of where it started. It's just evolved year over year over the year, and I came on as a co-owner back in 2023, and I was out with I'd gotten to do some touring. I was out on the road with the Muscadine Bloodline guys for about a year. I was out on the road with Trey Lewis for a number of years during the DDID phase, and got to come out here to tumbleweed with that, and got to do the weed with the Muscadine boys back in 2019 as well. So that's the history with this place. But yeah, we currently were a lifestyle brand media company. We specialize in events in Nashville. So normally my voice does not sound like this. We're on day, I got that red dirt rasp, baby. And we're cooking on day 3 over here. But we host acoustic writers round. So we embrace original music, much like they do here in Stillwater, like you guys do, where you get to see the kids coming up. And the Battle of the Bands contestants have been awesome inside doing the pre-party. And the guys that were playing, the High Ray and the High Rollers yesterday were freaking awesome. You guys have such a great scene here. So we get to do that in Nashville. And we're lucky enough to host at Riley Green's bar, Riley Green's Duck Blind, which the fact that all the stars aligned, that we kind of moved in there right as that place opened, has been a godsend. But host events, 10 different festivals across the Midwest, have the podcast network. Mine's called Outside the Round, and then we still have the blog going, and it's thanks to this degenerate right here.
Yeah, they got to give me something to do.
I've never picked up a stray dog off the side of the road, but I feel like that's what it was. No,
You are exactly
Yeah,
right.
Sam, talk about how you got started with us, because I don't even know the full story. Sam has been with Raised Rowdy longer than I have.
Oh, really?
And I'm a co-owner, yeah.
So basically, I just love music. I wanted to write about music, and I was writing for this other website a while back, and then I stumbled upon. I'm good buddies with Austin Meade and their whole group.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon an interview with Austin and Nick, who, like you said, he started Raised Rowdy, and so I listened to that. I'm like, you know what, this sounds like a fun crew to be involved with. So I emailed Nick. I said, hey, do you want someone to write about music? He said, yeah. And then here I am. And that's literally how it started. And then I was wanting to do. They do so much for me. You guys, like
You do so much for us, dude.
And like I was like, I'll do a podcast. Tell me what I can do, like, to help out, because I'm not in Nashville. I'm in Cincinnati, so I do everything remotely. So while you guys are humping it, doing the live events, everything during the week, doing the hard work, I'm just trying to do what I can. So yeah, and that we're having fun. We're at Calf Fry.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I mean, where else would you want to be
Nowhere.
on a?
Yeah. I'm not going home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
You are home.
Oh, it smells. It smells. It smells.
You've been enveloped.
It smells great in here, by the way, right now. Yeah, the Oklahoma scent just hit us. It feels great.
The tumble-schweed.
The tumble-schweed. It smells great. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on in our world this week, to where like normally this week we're at the Key West Songwriters Festival, and that's where we've been the past few years and hosting events down there. And it was like when this opportunity came about to come out here, and Metallica is playing back-to-back sold-out shows at the Titans football stadium tonight with Sam's
Limp
favorite
Bizkit.
band of all time, Limp Bizkit.
Really?
Best
And
band of all time.
one of Nick's favorite bands of all time, Limp Bizkit. So it was like, do we stay in town and go to that? Do we go down to Key West and hang out at the beach for a week? Or do we come out here and get into this new market? And Sam and I get to show the rest of our crew the power of Stillwater, Oklahoma, and the power of the tumbleweed and what this scene is like out here. And we made the right decision.
Yeah. So, real quick, got to shout out one of our sponsors. We got Iron Monk Beer. I know you guys have had one.
He's at him.
More than one.
yeah.
This would be a hell of a place for me to relapse, but we're not doing that on this.
We don't
trip.
want that. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
But we're sponsored by Iron Monk. They got the Calf Fry beer. It's one of the most beautiful cans.
It's a very good looking can,
Yeah.
dude. That's beautiful.
So, I have a suggestion just because I thought of it. We talked to the head brewer over at Iron Monkey yesterday, and they do custom cans.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like, and they have like a really low minimum, and they're like, after talking to him, it's like, wow, this is like such a cool thing that they can do for like events and stuff like that. I want to see an Iron Monk Raised Rowdy can.
Oh, we've talked about what a Raised Rowdy beer would be like, and Nick and Sam will be the crafters of that. Ike over there will probably be a crafter of that too, of what a Raised Rowdy beer would taste like. So, that would be really cool. It'd be awesome to get to know those guys and talk about that.
I'm in no position to make business decisions.
Another thing Sam does really well is he does a great job with the memes. He keeps the memes going.
Really?
Rowdy Alternative, when I first came on, had maybe 8,000 followers, 7,000 followers. He's got it over 40 now.
Wow.
Mostly by the way of memes of guys and girls in the red dirt scene, but a lot of like hard rock stuff as well.
Yeah, I've kind of a weird demographic with my crowd. It's like red dirt, but also heavy metal. It don't make much sense, but I love it. I'm glad other people do.
I love when I see a good like a red dirt meme.
Oh, yeah.
I saw, and maybe you made this, but maybe you didn't. But it was like, it said something like Evan Felker when he writes a song, and it just says "well."
That was me.
That
I
was
did
you?
Yeah. With,
Oh my God.
The Big Show.
Yes.
Well, it's the Big Show. Yeah, that was me.
Can I get your autograph? Yeah, that's crazy.
I had no idea that was you that made that.
Yep. Yeah.
And I saw that on like a random like Facebook group. Like
Oh,
someone
really?
just reposted it in a random Facebook group, and I was like, "That's hilarious."
What was the big one you did? There was one. Was it the America's Got Talent one?
Yeah, with
the old guy.
He's hit the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
I
old
don't
dude.
know if you've seen that. It got like millions and millions of views. It was like an old guy covering drowning pool because he made a bet with his wife that when she passed away, he would still go on America's Got Talent and sing drowning pool, let the bodies hit the floor.
He's hit the floor.
And he posted that, and it was like me in the future or something like that. And it got like 20 million views.
It's actually funny because like I make these things and I kind of just post it and I don't even check the views. And every once in a while I'll be scrolling like, oh, 40,000 followers, nice.
Wow.
That's this one.
Humble
Where
brag.
it's this one. Where do you see yourself in 50 years? He has another one of like a guy singing Pearl Jam. He's got like a bunch of like Fred Durst stuff. But yeah, he had the Lee Corso wearing the Pistol Pete head on
When it's
game
Cat
day.
Fry
When
weekend,
it's Cat
he's
Fry
like,
weekend. Pistol Pete shooting the head shaking. Yeah. All kinds of good stuff.
So you've been out there emceeing the event this week, and so you've been up close and personal with Pistol Pete out there. What were you expecting that? Was it more or less than you expected?
So I found out about Pistol Pete being up there from Jeff Sexton. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Carrie. Shout out to Miss Kay.
Shout out to the
Shout out to Trina. Shout out to everybody.
shout out
that
to the
is-
tumbleweed for
the entire community, bro. The entire Tom, Steven, the entire crew has just been outstanding. Dwayne, you guys, like everybody that we have met out here has been so welcoming and so embracing of us, which has been fantastic because it wasn't always like that. You go back the last couple decades, there was this great divide, if you will, between Nashville and the Red Dirt world. But Jeff came up to me and he's like, hey, Pistol Pete's going to come up with you. I'm like, oh, what does that entail? He's like, oh, so there's going to be two of them that walk up and one guy's going to be holding the shotgun and the other. I'm like, whoa, there's a shotgun. He's like, oh yeah, dude, there's a shotgun. I'm like, no shit.
Popping caps today.
So I'm gonna announce he's gonna do the shotgun and they're all gonna do this OSU thing and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be crazy. And then night one, doing it before Treaty Oak, that crowd was already ready to go, and then the moment the beat fired that shot, the chaos started, dude. It was wild.
yeah.
It's been awesome.
The shot always catches me off guard. It's much louder than I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Every
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's just a straight blank is all. Like there's no like reduction in the grains.
No.
It's just a blank.
Yeah, it's just a blank and just open the aims up, you know?
Yeah.
And luckily he has. They know what they're doing. And the guys that we've gotten to know, the two Pistol Petes very well, and I didn't realize how athletic they are. Like, they look like dudes that would be on the wrestling team or on the basketball team or on the football team. Like, they're athletic dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how heavy those heads were. Like, one of them.
Wait, you're telling me Pistol Pete ain't real? They're two dudes?
Santa is real, kids. Santa is real. But there's the one is like 55 pounds. The other one's 45 pounds. And they take them to auto body dealerships to like get fixed and
Yeah.
like be maintained. Like, they're made out of the same stuff the cars are made out of, which is nuts. Blew my mind.
You knew more about the Pistol Pete head than I did.
It was just a conversation with him, yeah.
And I went to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, dude. Well, you get to have a lot of cool conversations with people,
Yeah.
and that's what I love about these festivals is you get to network with the different folks that are in those communities. Like when we're in Illinois, we get to know about Bloomington. When we're in Iowa, we get to know about Clinton, Iowa. When we're out in Alabama, we get to know about Auburn or Athens, Georgia. And it's been really cool to learn about this place from the folks backstage, but also getting to know some of the artists. And that's something you guys have been enjoying this week too, of having different guests on. And I know you guys just had like Ian over here, which Jeff, they did in fact get Ian.
Yes.
You were giving them a lot of hell about that, and you didn't think they were going to pull it off. These boys pulled it off. They had Ian Munsick here, right before we got over here.
Where
It
I'm
was
sitting,
awesome.
right here.
Yeah, right where he was
Still
sitting.
warm.
Yeah, still warm with Ian.
You still have that Wyoming musk over there, don't you?
Still feeling that white buffalo, I'll tell you what. But yeah, it's been really cool. Yeah, Pistol Pete, incredible. One of the best. Now, might be my favorite mascot in all of collegiate athletics.
Not even close either.
He might be.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he might be, dude.
That's awesome. That's great to hear.
Dude, it's
Ugliest, but the best.
Yeah.
Like, that's the ugliest face I've ever seen.
He's got character, man. It's like Red Dirt, and it's reflective of Red Dirt and Stillwater.
Yeah.
It ain't pretty, but is it cool?
Doesn't have swagger. Yeah.
It's got a swagger to it. It means business, and it's just good, you know? It makes you feel something when you're hanging out with him.
Yeah. Yeah. And every time I see Pistol Pete show up at an event or they do like charity stuff, everybody always goes crazy about it because it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's just a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And they go all over the place, like to do stuff, and they will even do like really small stuff too. Like I helped run a cornhole tournament at Walmart like a year ago.
That's so small town. I love it. I ran a cornhole tournament in the Walmart parking lot. I love it.
You know what? Now and Pistol Pete showed up to the cornhole tournament.
There. That's amazing.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes, and which I've talked about how I was really involved in the Oklahoma State Cornhole Club on this before, but
badass.
Yeah, it was just really cool to like see like whenever I was like, oh, you got Pistol Pete, that's cool. I didn't know they would do stuff like this, like small.
Yeah.
And they had Pete out there throwing bags. He's terrible, but but it was still cool to like see that.
That's awesome, dude.
Jeff tossed out a really cool idea for like having Pete on the show and ask him a question, and it's just
doesn't say anything.
Just a head nod.
Just a head nod, or
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
you could probably get that done today if he shows up again. That'd be hilarious.
We ask a bad question, he just goes. Like, I'm sorry, Pete. I didn't mean to let you down like that.
So what blew my mind last night too was before the Wyatt entrance. When we were bringing him out, and people started, you had all this chatter and chaos back and forth of the Boomer Sooner and the Go Pokes and the FOU and the this and the that, and it was just like, it was crazy. So I'm interested to see if that carries over to tonight.
Well, you'll have because like obviously in Oklahoma, like most of your music fans are going to be Red Dirt country fans, you know. And like not everybody goes to Oklahoma State that likes Red Dirt music.
Yeah.
So, but they don't have it down there like we got it up here. So they'll come up to Caffrey. Like I actually drove a party bus my freshman year from the Strip to Caffrey, and that was a really crazy like experience. And I saw like a lot of like people like with like OU shirts and they were from Norman, like stuff like that. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Whenever I thought of Caffrey before I got here, I always thought it was just going to be like people from Stillwater. But no, like it's a big thing for like OU kids to come up here. So when you get to yell FOU in their face, it's even better.
And they just got to sit there and stew in it. What are they going to do about it?
Yeah, what are they going to do about it? And it's been cool that this has, I guess, been one of the bigger Caffreys to date. Like, that crowd for Treaty Oak, it sounds like might have been a record. It sounds like Wyatt was very close to it or right around there last night. Like,
I was going to ask, how many people do you think were at both nights? And like,
I believe the number for Treaty Oak was about 16,000.
Oh, really?
Which is great. From what I heard, it was between 15 and 18.
That's a Treaty Oak record.
Yeah, I believe it was about 16. They were saying that they came close to that down at Cook's Garage in Texas last night.
Yeah.
So back-to-back nights, and you guys have gotten to know those boys from like square one, right?
Yeah. They were the first interview we had here at the Tumbleweed. So to see them go from that, they played a frat show that night that was like had like I don't know 200 people there.
And it's funny, one of the Pistol Petes that we were talking to last night was in that frat and talked about that night of them playing that frat show, which is crazy. Again full circle.
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy because like the first time we saw them, they were in like a little Sprinter van, and then some of them even like drove in their own cars. And then tonight or 2 nights ago, they have like a semi, and they're telling us like, we're gonna get another semi, and it's like, what?
Yeah, Treaty Oak was actually the first interview I couldn't put out, and it's because, not in a bad way.
Whatever.
Because I was interviewing Sam. He's in his truck in the middle of nowhere. The lag was literally 3 minutes. Like I would ask him a question, he's just staring at me, like this. I'm like, all right, well, sorry, Sam, we can't put this out.
He's like tapping on the screen.
He said, I might go to Gannon's house, Gannon Freeman, and maybe it'll work there. I'm like, no, Gannon's house is even worse than yours. Like, go to a Starbucks, connect to the Wi-Fi, we'll get this done.
Do a Treaty Oak interview in a Starbucks. Yeah. How great would that be?
He probably like, there's not one for another like 2 hours. Like,
so that's the only Rowdy alternative unreleased interview right there.
If you have like a Patreon, you should just release it.
Put it out
for just giggles. Like look how hilarious this is.
The exclusive content.
Yeah.
A 3-minute lag. Only Sam's. the real Rowdy alternative. Oh,
Yes.
Ike's been pitching only Sam's. He's been
Only
very-
We won't go into detail.
And what was the other idea? It was we want to make a Red Dirt Raise Rowdy T-shirt for. What's the shirt idea again?
Are we allowed to like tell our ideas?
Yeah, we could tell our ideas.
Huh? Okay, we're gonna
Save it for the
We're gonna
shirt.
save it.
I like the idea though. We'll tell you off the air.
tell you off air.
Tell you
That's
off
cool.
the air.
That's cool.
But yeah, Treaty Oak and then Wyatt. It was really cool to see. So Treaty Oak I've only seen live. Probably that was only my second or third time seeing them live. Because we don't
Really?
get them a lot
Yeah.
out in our neck of the woods. We get them a lot more now, but they're actually going to be on a festival date in Bloomington, Illinois at Tailgates and Tallboys later this summer. They're direct support for Hardy. Which
Nice.
that's going to be something.
Yeah.
And then the night before, Gavin is direct support for Co Wetzel. So that's going to be that Thursday, Friday deal is going to be crazy.
There will be blood.
Yeah.
But Wyatt, it was really cool because Wyatt I've known for a while, and everybody that's out here at the festival has a Wyatt story and is obviously connected with him and everything. And the first time I'd ever met Wyatt he was the local acoustic opener for when I came out here for the first time with Trey Lewis, and he was this kid, and it was him, and I believe was it JJ's son,
Yeah.
JJ from the Great Divide.
Oh, yeah.
His son that was playing with Noah yesterday was
Yeah,
the
lead guitar.
It was lead guitar for Noah. Was playing the acoustic duo partner for Wyatt when he opened for Trey
Oh,
in 2021. So it's like I saw
crazy
both
how
of those
things
kids.
connect.
Yeah, it
Right?
was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta show you guys this clip from Calf Ride Christmas when we had Treaty Oak on. This story is just hilarious.
Oh.
If you obviously met Sam, you know the accent and the
yes.
voice. So here's a one of our favorite clips here.
I was in a porta potty
Okay.
and they were outside sitting on this bench, and I hear like this commotion outside, like this guy coming up like cussing and screaming stuff, and I was like, what the hell is going on? So I came out of the porta john, and there's this dude there wearing like an American flag, like support the police shirt, like bright yellow safety glasses, like plastic safety glasses, shaved bald. Like this guy was shaved down, saying stuff like, shit, man, I was just coming out from getting my registration done, and I heard that sound. I said, who the hell is that? And I was like, Treaty Oak Revival, and he was like, Treaty Oak Revival. He's like, man, y'all are gonna need to acronym that or something like that. That's too long of a name. And I was like, okay. So you're the bass player tonight, right? And he was like, yes, sir. And then like he went to shake his hand. The guy was like, oh yeah, Snapdragon. And I was.
He's a goon. He's a goon.
Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times we've quoted that to each other. Just be like, oh, Snapdragon. It's like, who the hell is that?
That's awesome. That's a good one for sure.
So you guys just brought up Gavin a minute ago, and
Yeah.
I had a Gavin story from the last time he was here. So Calf Ride Christmas, or no, it wasn't Calf Ride Christmas. Right before,
Yeah.
Giovanni and the Hired Guns headline. Gavin played right before. Earlier in the day, we had done Gio that day, and we met Gavin and talked to him about doing the podcast. He's like, yeah, for sure. He gave me his number, and he's like, just shoot me a text later and we'll figure it out. So I sent him a text. I'm like, this is Rhett with the watering hole. And then we're waiting around, didn't hear anything. A couple hours later, I get a text, and it says, hey, Miss K, can you get me a bottle of Jack Daniels and 2 cases of beer? And I'm like, this is Rhett with the watering hole. And he's like, all good, my bad. Then I text him back. I was like, what about the podcast? He's like, yeah, for sure. And then I just never saw him. So the next time we see him, I'm going to show up with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'll be like, here's what you asked
Oh,
for.
he'll love that. He'll love that, dude. Gavin's somebody that I got lucky to be his first podcast interview in Nashville. And this was
A couple years ago,
probably
right?
like 2 years ago now, or a year and a half ago, or something like that. And to see the rocket ship, I mean, the guy's never played a show that he hasn't sold out headlining. He's every show from his first show that he's done has sold out.
That's crazy.
Absurd. And his origin story and he's from one of my, I'll call it a tie, like the Stillwater scene and then Statesboro, Georgia are my two favorite like college scenes in the United States. Obviously, you guys know the history here, but then it's like Statesboro, that's South Georgia. Statesboro is like a safety school, party school. Georgia Southern. And people joke around. It's the STD capital of the South. It's wild down there, and a place that I've gotten to go to with Trey Lewis a bunch. And but it's like the history down there. You have like Luke Bryan went to college there, played his first gigs there. Dallas Davidson, who's prolific songwriter, went to high school with Luke Bryan, or went to college, and I believe maybe high school. And then Cole Swindell was a student at Georgia Southern and used to just roadie for Luke Bryan when he was playing his cover gigs. And then Luke hired him as the merch guy, and then started writing songs. Then you saw what Cole turned into. And then people more recently like Dylan Marlowe, Cole Goodwin, Gavin Adcock, and Gavin was actually on the football team at Georgia Southern. And there was a famous video. The first time he went viral, they were riding to a game on a bus, and Gavin and another goon on the team climbed up on top of the bus as it was going. They're driving by like Frat Row. Somebody tosses Gavin and the other guy a beer. Gavin's in his jersey, and he chugs the beer on top of the bus. Sports Center ended up picking it up. It was on ESPN and everything, and the coach kicked him off the team.
Oh my god!
And then he started doing music.
That's crazy.
It's like the kids down there, and there's a whole batch of kids like Landon Smith, Ethan Garner, Ben Bates. Like there's all these, just like you guys are seeing the kids that are coming up doing the Battle of the Bands thing. There's this. It's just constant. They have great venues like the Blue Room down there that are similar to the Weed, where it's just like it's got history to it, and it's just a different flavor of country and rock and roll. But it's again college town. The room's always packed, and they love originals like you guys do here at the Weed.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Also, you brought up Luke Bryan, Cole Swindell. Is it time that we could admit that bro country is awesome? Like, you know how they got all the shit like for years?
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's the butt rock of country
Yeah,
music.
like it's the Nickelback effect. Like everyone hated Nickelback. Now they're the best.
FGL is the Nickelback of country music.
Yeah, like can we put our swords down and just party for a bit?
And the moment that FGL comes back, they're gonna sell out arenas and fucking and sell out amphitheaters just like Nickelback's doing right now.
Do you think that they will come back?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, they're getting ready to release 2 tracks as FGL here in the next month or two, from what I've heard. And they're bonus tracks that I think Big Machine, the record label, has had kind of sitting around that like they've had to get them out at some point. Yeah. But I think that might lead to them. I mean, they've both been doing well. Like solo, Tyler obviously doing a little bit better than BK. No disrespect, BK, we love you. We've actually talked about, so we do all these different events and all these like cheeky. We get silly sometimes. Like we're doing the Hermitage International Songwriters Festival at a little shitty bar called the Rusty Nail. It's like a play on Key West, but it's at a dive bar on their beach volleyball court. We're making it like beachy and whatever, like just silly stuff. We talked about creating an FGL like tribute band and calling it Alabama Florida Line, and having like a house band play, and then rotating 3 different BKs and 3 different T-Hubs, and having them dress like one of them will be like the original one where it's like the long hair Tyler and the short hair BK.
The Eras tour.
And then the next one is like BK with like the samurai, like white man by the water hat, you know, like the big fishing hats that you get at like a Buc-ee's or something. But we don't acknowledge that we've changed the BK and the Tyler Hubbard. It's just like a different one walks out and just keeps going like business as usual. But and then at the end we want to make the event, like the premise of it, we want to market it being like we're gonna keep doing this until the boys get back together. You know?
That's great.
We're like that would do well in Nashville.
Until they're like, finally, just stop the events. Stop with switching out.
All right, we're coming back.
We're fine.
We're coming. And it'd be wild if they showed up to the event.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
And we do a thing called Butt Rock Night. We're actually getting ready to hopefully do our next one. And it started around this time 3 years ago, where we were on our way down to the Key West Songwriters Festival, and everybody was drinking a little bit, having a good time, and we were like, why don't we do a night? And Butt Rock is 90s, 2000s hard rock, you know? I like to say it's the moniker. Buck Cherry leans on the word cock rock, you know? It's like on the border of butt rock, cock rock, all that, you know? Crazy Bitch leans into all kinds of different things. Yeah. But like Hinder, an Oklahoma band, they're in there. Limp Bizkit, Creed, Korn, who are the other god for Crossfade, like bands like that. And it's from like when the radio stations were like nothing but rock. Oh, there's a dog. You guys love your dogs out here in Stillwater. I've never seen more like just dogs running around at a festival before. It's been magical. But we started doing these nights called called Nothing But Rock Night, and we get we get studio players, and then we get country artists to cover all those 92,000s hard rock.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like covers of Nickelback, Limp Bizkit, Creed, all that good stuff. And the last one that we did was at Barstool Sports in Nashville at the Barstool Bar. And Nickelback's team reached out to us, and they were looking to do an event to market the Live from Nashville record that they put out. So we did an event, collaborated with Nickelback's name and Butt Rock Night. So it's like, how do we top that? But we're working on getting those back out there. But we've had like Josh Ross, Ella Langley, I'm trying to think like Lily Rose. I'm trying to think of like some of the other like bigger, well-known names, but they've done like Ella did Bad Girlfriend by Theory of a Dead Man.
Really?
And she killed it. Josh Ross did.
Then Saving Abel showed up.
Oh, yeah, and then Saving Abel showed up.
Who
and
is an
played
actual butt rock band.
Yeah, Saving Abel. They had the big song. I'm so addicted to all the things you do. Yeah, they came up and they're like, we want to play a Three Doors Down song. So Saving Abel hopped up and played Kryptonite.
It's funny because someone already sang Addicted.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we can't sing it again.
Yeah.
Like, that's your song. You can sing it if you want.
Yeah, I mean,
they were like, can we play a Three Doors Down song? We're like, absolutely.
You're like, no.
No.
You only have to play your original.
No, yeah, it was wild. And yeah, so those are, we get to do like a lot of silly events, but it'd be awesome to have you guys come out to Nashville and do like a Red Dirt kind of takeover, get you guys out there.
We would love to do that.
Love to be a part of that bridge, dude.
Yeah. Well,
on the cuff of that question, like from a podcasting standpoint, like we very much have like a plan of like, okay, we want to get this artist. So what do we need to do to put ourselves in a position to get this artist? It might be being at a certain place or having this artist and this artist on that might have a connection or something like that. So do you guys like structure that the same way, or is it kind of like we want them, we're going to go straight at it?
So something that like our most viewed episodes of all time are us taking chances on kids. And it's like how you guys had the early Tree Yoke episode, which I'm sure did pretty well for you. You know, it's like our biggest episodes are my episode with Meg Maroney in 2021, my episode with Ella Langley in 2021, like my episode with like Old 60, we were their first ever, like getting like finding the kids, and we find those kids through the events and just kind of being in the scene. But then there's other stuff where like we've been able to build good relationships with the teams of the artists by being in Nashville. So like we'll become friends with like the PR companies, and it's like you have on a baby act, and then that's a favor to them, and then that'll get you like a Kip Moore or somebody like that that's more established.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our thing with that. Sam's process has to be a little bit different, you know?
Yeah, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, it really is just making friends, being able to like, you know, just like collaborate, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit them up through the managers and everything too, but I found like with this Red Dirt scene, like it's such like a family vibe, and that's how people talk to other people. You connect that way, and you know, usually they're more than happy to hop on. It's really, yours sounds more complicated than mine, but that's really all I do.
Ours are in person.
Yeah, mine's remote. So
and we have 5 podcasts within our network. So we're running on like a network thing. I went to college doing for like audio production, like media stuff. So I do all of our audio editing. Ike over there, God bless him, does all of our video editing for we because between the network we release 20 to 25 episodes a month. Like it's a lot, you know, and the numbers aren't like the sexiest in the world, but it's something that we've become known for. So we have the Raise Rowdy podcast, which is Nikki T and Kurt Ozon. Kurt is Luke Combs' utility player. So by having Kurt in the network, they get access to all kinds of different people through his connections of playing with Luke and previous gigs that he was on before being with Combs. We have Rowdy Alternative that Sam hosts and runs. Rowdy Alternative coming up on their 100th episode, which is
congratulations.
Sam's been hustling.
Yep.
Mine used to be called In the Round, and then we changed it to Outside the Round. And the reason we went with In the Round is because that's like the concept of writers' rounds. I originally just wanted to have songwriters on. That was like my goal was to just do that. And then with Outside the Round, I've had on like some comedians. I've had on like influencers. Like I love my circus acts. Like I love folks that are like you had Alex Holm on here the other day. Like I love the degeneracy and the craziness in moderation. Like I have one.
Matt, like yours is very much like a Nashville culture podcast, right?
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. Like I had on a guy named Gage Briney recently, and Gage is a party dude that is from Arkansas. he's grown by like 30,000 followers since I had him like 2 months ago, and he goes out, he blacks out, and then he posts videos talking about what happened when he blacked out, like what he remembers, and he's just gone super viral from it. And he's like become friends with like Snooki and the Kardashians, and like they're all like, we want to come to Nashville and we want to get drunk with you at Taco Bell Cantina on Broadway, and we want to like, he gets hit up by bachelorette parties that want him to go on their party bus with him.
Oh
you know,
my
like
gosh.
like he's like that. I've got Demps coming on, and she's been in like music promotion and all of that through TikTok, and she's wild and got crazy stories. You know, like I just did one with Little Man Jay, who's like doing the artist thing. We've got him playing an event. So by having it outside the round, I get into like the influencer, athlete, comedian, entertainer, where it's like slightly outside of music. So we have outside the round, Rowdy Alternative, Raise Rowdy podcast. We have Raise Rowdy Racing. Two of our buddies that are really in NASCAR do that, and it's our buddies Dawson Edwards and Caleb Conradi. They're both artists as well. They're both songwriters. They've had cuts with Cameron Marlowe, had cuts with Justin Moore, a bunch of people. And what's unique about them is they are on the Tritt crew. They are part of Travis Tritt's touring crew.
Really?
So Dawson is one of the main stage techs, and Caleb was doing tour management stuff and does merch. And they've been out on, so they're usually out on the road, but they do like a NASCAR thing, not as frequent on the episodes. And then we have a new one that we're doing called Behind the Music Biz, where we have on music industry people.
Oh.
And that's very Nashville, but it's also, if somebody wants to, say somebody wants to learn how to be a tour manager, we'll have Corey Kent's tour manager, Bo, on. Or say somebody wants to learn about management, I'll have Brantley Gilbert's manager, Aaron Kaiser, on. Or we'll have Cappy Luke Combs' manager on. And it's like, it's very educational, like seminar-y, where you get to learn how did this guy or this girl get to this spot, and what advice do they have for the next generation of tour managers, production assistants, merch guys. Like it's more that kind
That's
of
interesting,
stuff.
yeah.
Dude, that's been a fun one, because it's like you make the connection with the manager, then we're talking about possibly doing a collab thing with Brantley Gilbert now. You know, like you get to know all different folks. And what I will say is that Nick and I have talked about it. From a music fan perspective, it's really cool to be on the outside. It's tough when you're inside seeing how the bread is made, you know, because it's like now it's, if we don't, like, we're so in the scene that we're in this bubble that is Nashville. And you could be big in Nashville, but if you're not able to sell tickets in a place like Stillwater, Oklahoma, or a place like Dubuque, Iowa, or a place like Dewey Beach, Delaware, you're not worth a damn. You know, like, so it's, when you're on the outside, you're truly like, that's the value of having Sam. Sam's finding shit that's cool, and he's talking about it because he thinks it's cool. And we're still doing that as much as we can.
Yeah.
But when you're in the scene, it's like
it's hard to see outside of it.
Yes, you get fed stuff like, oh, this person has so much smoke in town. Will it translate? And the first person I remember doing that with is, I remember when Hardy first started popping in Nashville, because I moved to Nashville 2018, and that was when like 4x4 came out, when it was Rednecker came out, when Hardy was transitioning from being a prolific songwriter to the artist he is today. And I was like, is this going to work outside of town? Then I saw my buddies in New York posting about him. I was like, okay, this is working.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you have a so like you got and we have a lot of crossover content, I feel like, with Sam more so than you.
Yeah.
But do you have somebody like in this area, in this scene, that you want to get, like, that would be like a great get?
Well, I was really freaking jealous y'all got ragweed. But no, I don't know. I find it like, and I'm sure you got, it's hard to describe it. It's like, I feel like the Red Dirt scene versus, and I don't know, like Nashville just seems like a lot more business, and it's like the industry thing. Here, it's like, I feel like it's so much easier to connect. And like, so I've never really had trouble getting like anyone out here. What about you guys?
Like, I was thinking from the perspective of like who's in Nashville that I would want to have on, and for me that's kind of like a Joe Nichols. It's like somebody like that.
Oh, like the Heritage Acts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think especially for us, like, that's what we grew up on. Like, I grew up on like Joe Nichols, and like one of my favorite like artists from Nashville that I listened to when I was like a kid was like the early Jason Aldean albums. I absolutely love those albums, and they're so good. And I almost think that they're closer to like the sound you hear in like Red Dirt or kind of like the Texas country music today than what you hear maybe out of Nashville today. Like those older kind of like 2000s country. It's kind of like that that's very similar sound.
Yeah,
in some ways.
2005 to 2009 was a really cool time for music because 2005 you had the first Aldean record, you had the first Carrie Underwood record, you had the first Miranda Lambert record. Luke Bryan was just cutting his teeth, getting his first deal. His career started with Billy Currington, Good Directions. Luke Bryan wrote that song, and that's what got him his pub deal that got him going. Yeah, he wrote that song and toured with Billy Currington, and that's how it was. Billy Currington, another South Georgia Statesboro guy.
Yeah,
it's the bringing up. For me, I mean, I would love to have like I had Dre on my podcast. I had from the Co-Wetzel tree. You know, like we've had him on. We had Sam and Nick did one with South Hall that was really cool. And and Sam's had what Sam will do too is Sam will have the musicians on. So like Sam will have on like he's had
Grayson and Zach. So Grayson Russell, shout out Grayson. I know he's watching this, but he's a musician, but also you might know him as Texas Ranger from Talladega Nights. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew kid.
And
then he was also in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the movie. He played at Fregley, and Grayson's always been so great to us. And I had him on for his second interview, and he's like, "Do you mind if Zach pops on?" I'm like Zach, like who's that? He plays Greg Heffley in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So we had two of the stars from the movie hopped on. He's like, yeah, like we aren't really going to do this again. So that's low key me going like, okay, so this is important. This is going to be a moment. But like they're very, very great guys. And I don't know where I was going with that. But
well, who are some of the like band guys that you've had on?
Oh, like Otis from Co's band, Jeremy from Reed's band.
You had Mike McClure on.
Mike McClure, yeah, he was. I had an hour-long conversation. It was just like picking like his brain.
Mike's a cool guy too.
Yeah, he's so like all the wisdom that comes out of that.
A lot of the like red dirt you hear to like Southpaw and like a lot of the red dirt you hear coming out today is much of it is inspired through like Mike McClure.
Absolutely,
like he's
it wouldn't be like this without them.
Yeah. So like when I'm editing a Sam episode, we do the graphics for him. It'll say like a name, and then it'll say like drummer for Primus, or like
that was cool.
bass player for Blues Traveler, or like
Alien Ant Farm.
The guitar player from Alien Ant Farm. Like it'll be like all over the place. Where some days it'll be like an artist, and it'll be like somebody that I know, like a Rob Langdon or a Chris Lynn Arthurs, or it'll be some random guitar player from some band. He's like, oh, I got Reed Southall's guitar player, or I got Mitchell Ferguson, or I got Austin Mead's drummer, or I got Colby Cooper's merch guy, or something random. It's just like random members of the community, which I think is cool because it is he's from afar. He's doing with this scene out here what Nick was doing back in Pittsburgh with the Nashville scene. Before Nick was doing them in person, though. Riverside, the online program, has been great for us to do, for Sam to do the remote stuff, you know, and then all the AI tools, which I was talking with you about that stuff, about like all the leveraging of technology, and it helps so much.
Yeah. We got to look into that for sure because it sounds like it's a game changer.
Bro, even the descriptions on the podcast, you can feed it the audio and it cranks out the description, and then you can just edit it, and then you can put it into an AI thing that fine-tunes it and puts the social media handles at the bottom. It can give you a title of an episode. It can tell you what hashtags to use for your clips. Like it does all that stuff. It's at your disposal, and that's been our big thing is we've been able to scale up in a lot of ways through leveraging the technology. You know, that's been a huge thing for us.
Do you guys have a podcast guest that you almost had but just slipped away, and then now it's like extremely hard for you to get them?
Yeah, fucking Treaty. Sorry, Treaty provides. I had it, can't put it out. No, I can't.
Exactly.
Which Sam did say the other day it was when the helmet was getting passed around. So I don't know how.
It's funny. Every time I run into him, he said, "I'm sorry about the podcast, man." I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like you're busy. I get it.
One that wasn't a podcast but was an event was my buddy Eric Van Houten. Eric's been in Nashville forever, and he's been out on the road with like skis and like that Mike Stud world and like done a bunch of different things. He texted me one day, and I was sick, and I wasn't hosting the round that night. I think Nikki T was filling. And this is like 2021, so this is before Nick and I had partnered up on the Raise Rowdy stuff. And he texted me and said, "Hey, I got this girl from Alabama She wants to play around tonight. And I was sleeping. I didn't answer the text. It was freaking Jesse Murph.
Oh.
I could have had Jesse Murph play an event at Live Oak, you know?
Yeah.
That was one. Chase Matthew is another one. I'm still like buddies with Chase, but like we had him early on, and I would have loved to have had him on a podcast, you know? That's one. I'm trying to think of like one that kind of like slipped through. There was Paul Cawthon we were supposed to have recently, but he's obviously dealing with what he's needing to deal with.
Yeah.
Warren Zeiders, but Warren's kind of canceled on us like 4 times. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But because that's the other thing too, the bigger artists, as you kind of get them, you guys get them at the venue, so it's hard for them to cancel at a show.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've had stuff like that happen.
Like what's the Great White Buffalo that we're chasing?
Well, do you want to tell this isn't one that's
I want to tell
canceled on.
both.
Okay.
I want to tell Southall and Z.
Okay.
Who's Z?
I'll save that one for last.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Okay. This is why I wanted to bring this up, because I knew they would have. These are the only people that we can talk to.
Every podcaster or every media person has a story like this.
Wait, real quick, I wanted to say, it's been so nice to get to talk to people that understand what we go through.
Absolutely, we're always here, dog.
Because like we've been following you guys forever, and like when we started, you guys had already been doing it, so it's always been like, wow, we love the stuff that they're doing, like, and like we'll like, man, they got them, we'd love to get them, and it's like we've been like wanted to get to a spot where like we're trying to attain what you guys are able to accomplish.
You guys have had Ragweed and co-fucking Wetzel.
Yeah, I think that works.
I mean, we've like you said, we've been following you guys for a while, and when we started, you guys had already been doing it, and we were like, in the back of our minds, we're like, I hope they don't think like we're trying to copy like what's going on. We hope they don't.
Oh yeah, I hate you guys so much,
bro. The goal.
I hate you too, Sam. You didn't even thought I knew your name.
The whole goal is as the scene and in the community, we want these people to have opportunities for the world to hear their stories. So whether that's on Rowdy Alternative, it's on Outside the Round, or it's on the Watering Hole, as long as their story's getting told, man, that's what it's all about. Then the music fan wins because the story's been told. But who are the Great White Buffaloes? You gotta tell me, Rowdy.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt that.
So Southall is one of our all-time favorite. It's his favorite for sure, and it's a top 5 contender for me.
Yeah.
And now I put this out there. We're boys with everybody now. There's no issues whatsoever. But at this time, we've been chasing them for a while.
Yeah.
And we've been friends with Jeremy for a while, and Jeremy's a great hang. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
But we've been to different places trying to get him. It just never quite worked out. So we finally got. We were like, they're doing a show at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. We've never been there. We want to go down there and check this out.
Oh, I want to preface this. The year before, we had a yes from management, but only for remote, and we don't do remote.
Yeah.
Like we do strictly in person.
That's how I am too.
Yeah. So it
broke our hearts to say no to that, because it was like, do we do this? Do we compromise on what we've been doing?
Yeah.
But so we got this all lined out, and it was very last minute too. It was like, I remember I was about to get in the shower one night, and I got an email from management, and it was just like, let's do this, you know. And after going back and forth for weeks, you know, and so I text him. I think he was already asleep or something, but we got it lined out like 2 days before, something like that. We get in contact with Billy Bob's, get a space, all that stuff. So we go through all that process. We book hotels to get down there, and we leave. We actually watched your episode with Southall before we went down.
Yeah.
And we drive
How'd I do?
down. It was great.
It was great. Yeah. We're like, hey, now we know we don't want to double up on quick questions. So
we liked and turned on post notifications. So,
Right.
We checked all the boxes.
we hit the bell, you know.
So we drive down and we get there's a song, the score off the new album. We had gotten
Oh my God.
right to that point where they wrote. Jeremy was telling us kind of like where they wrote that song, like the area it was about, and we were right there. We were playing the score, like as we were driving there. And I get an email from management, and they're just like, "Hey, it's not gonna work today."
Shit.
And
We'd already booked hotels.
Oh.
We had like just crossed the Texas state line. We were over halfway there.
And that's where you go right to the bar and get hammered.
and I had the wind was hauling ass, and I had both hands on the wheel. So
Just like it is right now, apparently.
Yeah.
so I remember reading the email. I handed him the phone. He looks at it, we put the phone on the console, and we both just we turned the music off, and we just drove.
15 minutes.
We just drove.
We did not
15
say a
minutes,
word.
Didn't say a single word.
No.
I mean, we were slipping into depression.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And then finally, I'm like, we got to do something about
Yeah.
this. So we actually went to In-N-Out. We'd never been, so we were going to check that out while we were down there. So we're sitting in In-N-Out, and I'm sending emails, texts to management like, hey, can I get on the phone with somebody? Like, we've got to figure something out.
We knew if we got like at least voice to voice with somebody that we could plead our case. Like,
Yeah.
hey, like, we have to make this work.
Right.
And so the management, they hadn't ever said yes to our request, but they were like, we'll look into it for you. I was like, you know what that usually means.
Yeah.
So we go to the hotel for a few minutes, and then finally we're just like, let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the venue.
We were like, what else are we gonna do? This is the point. We went down there, and we knew Billy Bob's is open during the day.
Yeah.
So we went down there.
We get down there, we pay to park, walk like a mile to the venue, whatever. Get inside, and we walk to the very back. They've got it chained off, but they're sound checking.
Yeah.
And so we just I was trying to be seen, so we stood in like the most open area possible, and we met the guys before. So they knew what we looked like, and so I stood there long enough, and then finally they get done with sound check. Everyone goes off the stage, and then I see Reed come down the stairs and start walking out, and I look at Jack, and I'm like, he better be coming to us. Like, he better be coming over here to talk to us.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he walks right up. He's like, sorry about all that. He was super nice about the whole thing. He's like, sorry about that. They had partied pretty hard the night before, I think. And we had scheduled this for early in the morning, which is never seems to be a good idea.
Yeah.
So we talked to him. He's like, give me a few hours and let me kind of recoup here. So we actually got to go back where the buses park at Billy Bob's.
Such a cool venue.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Oh,
that
yeah.
place.
It was our first time being there and
Special.
experiencing that. So we loaded in all our stuff. We had a private room back there to do it, and Reed came on and talked for 3 hours, and some of the band members popped in and out too. So it turned out to be one of the greatest things we've ever got to do personally.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
But the day had its ups and downs.
I mean,
sure.
if we were a wave, we were at the trough whenever we got that, and then it was a steep climb all the way till after we did the podcast, and we got to hang out afterwards and see the show, and then we were up there.
Yeah.
It was
all
crazy.
about making it happen.
I mean, in a whole day, I wish that on nobody to have that big of an emotional swing today. It was tough.
And
but
it's just
yeah.
I really think scheduling things first thing in the morning, like I said, it doesn't seem to ever pan out very well. So, but like I said, everybody was super cool. They were super welcoming. Let us hang around that night and kind of loiter in the area back there. So it was awesome. But
That's cool. Did you get animal style at In-N-Out?
I did actually. Yeah,
It's good
yeah.
stuff.
I don't know if I fully enjoyed it because I was in a in a bad place.
Yeah.
Bad state of mind.
Mentally.
I like In-N-Out. I like Whataburger too. I'm not even going to get into that whole debate. Texans fight over that shit.
Yeah.
Texans and Californians
yeah.
fight over that shit.
So now we got to tell a story about the real white whale.
Yeah, this one was a big one. So
This is early too. This is way before.
Zach Top.
Oh,
This one.
we've had him on.
Yeah.
We've gotten to know him very well.
Yeah.
And that's our you're cross Canadian ragweed to us. That's Zach Top. To
Okay.
us, yeah.
Okay.
So this was probably 2 years ago. It was in the
Yeah.
summer. The Steelwoods. I don't know if you're familiar with
Oh,
them.
yeah, very well.
One of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah.
They were playing in Oklahoma City at a venue, and Zach Top was opening. And this is before, I think Zach had one or two of the singles out at this
Yeah.
point. It was very early on.
Yeah, Bad Luck and
I don't.
There's the
Bad
Sun.
Luck wasn't even out yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was
Very
early.
early.
Yeah,
He-
it
and
was.
he- yeah.
There's the Sun, I think. That
Yeah,
was
There's
the
the
only
Sun.
single
Okay.
that was out at the time. So we had all that lined out. I went after Zach first and got that confirmed. Then we were trying to work with the Steelwoods and get something set up. We couldn't get anything locked in with the Steelwoods at the venue, and so we were working with Zach's team, and they were like, well, we can do. There was an issue where we couldn't do it at the venue, at this particular venue, who we won't name at this time, but we couldn't do it at the venue, so we had called around town, found places. We found a brewery that would let us come in and do the episode with Zach. They were gonna close off an area. Well, I was trying to get the Steelwoods to go there also, and they wouldn't go there. They wouldn't leave the venue. We could have got both, but it would have had to be at the venue.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and there was something else going on that day too.
Yeah.
So it was balancing. Do we do this? Do we go down and get one, or do we do this and get whatever? And we decided not to go down there and do Zach Top that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
And since then, we've probably, for the last 2 years since that, we've been trying to get him, and it's just been tough.
Well, what you'll have to do is just keep your fingers crossed that he comes and plays Calf Fry or something like this here soon.
Yeah.
Or he comes and headlines the headlines here and sells this place out.
Yeah.
And then that would be, or he headlines somewhere around the vicinity where you guys can do it.
He headlined Canes
2 days.
2 days in February, and we tried then, and it just hasn't worked yet.
Right.
So
I will say, so I didn't have him on mine. That was one that I wish I had also had on early.
Yeah.
But what we try to do is we try to rotate, like, because with Nick and I both being in person in Nashville in the same network, if Nick has somebody on, we'll wait 6 months and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't want to drop episodes on top of each other. That doesn't do anything. It just divides the audience. So when Nick had Zach on, like, 'cause Zach was playing our events regularly. Like, he was like one of our people, and he for about a month straight, maybe 2 months, he was releasing acoustic like teasers of new songs that would later come out on that have all been hits, and he would do the content wearing our Raised Rowdy camo hat, like that camo hat that you saw Nicky wearing. So we had him wearing our stuff right away. But I was present when Nick and Kurt did their episode, and we hung out and smoked cigars with Zach for about 2 hours after. And this was, again, before he popped, and it was awesome to hear his take on the music industry, hear his take on this sound and that sound and this sound, and why he likes to write with strictly a small group of people, mostly guys that wrote songs in the 80s and 90s, you know, like we got to hear his perspective, and it was just cool to break bread over a flame and some tobacco. Like it was awesome. He's an incredible dude, and to see what he's done is just unbelievable.
I've never heard or seen anything said bad about him. Like,
No.
he seems like the most genuine, nice dude.
Incredible. And you want to tie one on and drink a cold beer, he'll do that. You want to smoke a dart and shoot the shit, he'll do that. You want to have a stogie, he'll do that. Like and he was just at Auburn Rodeo and Georgia Rodeo when we were down there, and unfortunately wasn't able to do anything. We weren't doing podcasts or anything. We were at those, we do like crowd content.
Yeah.
So like if they still did have the tailgating here, Ike and I would be across the street in that field with a wireless mic, just seeing what kind of crazy stuff we could find. You know, like that's what we do that's what we'll do at a lot of festivals if we're not doing. And we've done the longer form stuff like this. We've done them like popped up, like how you guys have. This setup, by the way, is incredible.
Beautiful.
The backstage area at Calf Fry, one of the most lenient backstages, and come as you are, this is family backstage, side stage experience that I've ever experienced as a fan, as a media member, or as a tour manager ever.
Yeah.
And then this in here with chiropractor stuff, with you get a haircut, that beautiful saddle, the tatfish painted, the bar right there, the barbecue out there, the lawn chairs, the fire pit.
Ike.
You guys being in here, like it's fantastic and just been awesome. But what we've done as far as our podcasts on site, we'll do it at our merch table. And we'll post and tease, hey, come to the Raised Rowdy merch table at 2:30. We've got so-and-so. And one that we did that with was Wyatt Flores. We did it with Wyatt, and probably a couple hundred people showed up, and they all wanted pictures with Wyatt. So what we did was we did like a middle school or an elementary school, like the whole class together picture. So it was like Wyatt in the middle, and then like 300 fans standing around him, and we just took a shot and then like posted it so everybody could have it, you know,
That's
which
awesome.
was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those that slipped away, they're painful in the moment, but it seems like they always kind of, if you can start that early. I mean, sometimes I wonder if management's like putting you to the test, you know, like
and
you're in it for the long haul.
and as your thing grows, and a lot of it depends on who you've had, you know, like the fact that I've had, and granted it was before it was before Hair Salon came out for Meg Maroney. It was when all she had out was a song called Wonder, and she was still playing writers' rounds in Nashville for free, you know, like, but the fact that I can say that I had her, that can get me access to so-and-so,
Right.
you know, the fact that you guys have had Ragweed, that you guys have had Treaty Oak, that you guys
Red
have
Clay
had-
Strays, by the way, another one I'm jealous of.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, having those boys on, yeah.
That was a crazy experience too.
They're
That
the
was-
best band right now.
The
My
story,
opinion. My
the story behind that one too is pretty crazy, because we were last year. We were right here, and we'd emailed them beforehand, but nothing really got taken care of. And then we found their TM, and we had talked to him about doing it, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll take this to management, and I'll show the guys, and we'll see what we can do." And we're like, it's probably not going to work out. Whatever, we were fine with it. And then he came back and found us. He's like, "Hey, they want to do it." He saw that they saw that you had Taylor Honeycutt on playing this year at Calf Rye.
Yeah.
And we had her on like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
And they're really good friends.
Yep.
Like they played her wedding.
South Alabama, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So after they did that because of us talking to Taylor, and we got together, and it was a really cool episode. And they had actually just done Theo Vaughn, I believe.
Yeah, that's when it really popped.
Yeah.
So they actually had like on the podcast, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Andy maybe said something about the details of that exchange with Theo Vaughn, and after the fact they were like, cut all that out. That hadn't came out yet, and then there was a lot of stuff they were like cut out. So we took that out, but we had a little camper, like a tiny camper.
Yeah.
We had enough room for like 2 guests like this, but they all piled in there. We had all of them in. Brandon was sitting on the floor with the mic. It was great.
That's lit.
That's awesome.
And they were actually our 100th episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was gonna say, I was like, any sneak peek at what? I don't know if you have the superstition like we do. We like to make our 50s and sometimes our 10s like pretty.
Nope.
big.
I actually didn't know I had my 100th coming up. Until
I'm
Matt
the one
here.
that I'm
You're
the one that
told
handles
him?
all that.
I have some down the pipe. I bank up like maybe 3 or 4 at a time.
Yeah.
I believe we're gonna have on or release Ty Zamora from Alien Ant Farm. We talked.
Okay,
about that.
cool.
That's I believe next week. Laredo, the band
Oh,
Laredo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna put them out soon. But yeah, we have some good ones coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like we were talking about, like the big mile markers, so to speak. For my 100th episode, we did a live podcast before an event at the
Cool.
bar, and those are always fun.
Yeah.
You see how I am with hosting, so it's like
Yeah.
a hybrid of hosting, but also doing this,
Yeah.
which is what I love. So it's the balance. Today is going to be awesome. What's up, sis? How you doing? Taylor. Hell yeah.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. So we've
Speaking
got
of the devil, we were
yeah.
just talking about you.
So we've got a great lineup here tonight, and I've got to go and figure out. I'm gonna chug some honey, or I don't know where I'm gonna get hot water. I'm gonna have to go bug Miss K about it. Not like she's been bugged all day already.
Yeah.
But shout out Miss K. But we've got a great lineup. What could you tell me about some of the guys on here? We've got like some of the local bands. You got Jake Taylor, you got Hoss Miller, and you got Alltown. Are you familiar with any of those guys?
We're familiar with all 3 of them actually.
All 3 of them. Tell me what I got to know.
Okay, so
I actually went to college
Yeah.
with Jake Taylor at a junior college for a couple years.
name drop NEO. What's that mascot? I keep forgetting. Oh, you
If
graduated.
it ain't Pistol Pete,
If it ain't
No,
Pistol
it's
Pete,
a-
it don't count.
It's a Norseman. It's like a
The-
Viking.
yeah.
Oh, like a Viking,
Yeah.
like a Norseman. Okay.
And he's from Jay, Oklahoma, right?
Jay, Oklahoma.
No,
good.
he's not. I don't know if he's from there, but he's from like that area.
Oh, okay,
Somewhere in
okay.
there.
For some reason, I thought he was from Jay.
Yeah. But yeah, they're playing the pre-party today, and then the Alltown guys. We've had them on like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a couple episodes in the bank. with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, we got 2 episodes that
And
we
they're,
haven't
those
put out
are
with
Stillwater guys. Like those are local.
them.
local
They're
dudes?
from Enid area.
Enid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're a really young group, but
Yeah.
they're awesome. Like
Hell yeah.
they're just in it, like grinding right now.
Yeah.
Sick.
Their van has bullet holes in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
crazy.
love a good greasy band. So yeah, Jake Taylor, Hoss Miller, then the big gates open, then Alltown. Our girl Taylor Honeycutt, very excited about her. William Clark Green, Casey Donahue, Ian Munsick, and then my man Cassius Culpepper closing out the night.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a long one. I hope my voice can handle it.
Yeah.
It's already pretty
Hey,
much not there.
don't be afraid. If you gotta call up some guest host onto the stage, we're always available.
I want to get that little kid. I think his name was Isaac.
Yeah.
Or something. I want to get Isaac to say something. I want to get. I want to incorporate like the little kids to maybe
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
something too. I feel like the people love the children, man.
Yeah.
People love the
Yeah.
kids. So, but you guys too. We can probably make something. We can try to make something up. We'll see where my voice is at by the time we get to Taylor. I think I'll be good. The indoor stuff I don't have to stretch as much
Yeah.
because it's inside. When you're up there, it's tough. Like we can hear ourselves through these headsets. But when you're up there, you can't hear yourself, which
Yeah.
is why you feel inclined to scream because you're like, can the people hear you or not?
Yeah.
So you have to. Today I'll be toning it back a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, man, and we appreciate the hell out of
Yeah,
you guys
thanks for
having
having
us
us.
on.
Of
and
course.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll have to do a crossover episode whenever we get your asses out to Nashville.
Yeah.
Or have you guys jump on with Sam on alternative.
If you want to do remote, I know.
Yeah, if you want to, if you guys have a good enough laptop and signal and don't want, maybe
Go to the
a
OSU
Starbucks.
library.
Yeah, go to campus library and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime, guys, for real. Anytime you guys want to do anything, we're always down.
Yeah, and you guys got to come up, pick out some hats.
Yeah,
Show us about the merch.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of them up there. We're up on the hill by the bowl balls.
We got a Raise Rowdy raccoon T-shirt.
Oh, you did? Okay, so you already got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Which, by the way, calf fry people very skeptical about the bull testicles. I was skeptical coming in. Freaking delicious. I'm gonna
They're
go up
delicious.
there. I'm gonna go up there and do a video with putt putts here in a little bit.
Awesome.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sam, Matt, thank you guys for coming
Thank
on.
you.
It was a
Thank you
blast.
for having
and we
us.
got to do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Definitely
Awesome.
will. Y'all be sure to check out raiserowdy.com. Get you some merch. And if you're ever in Nashville, just give the Raise Rowdy and the Rowdy on the Row account a follow. And you guys, if you're ever in Nashville, come out, hang out at an event.
And check out Rowdy Alternative, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere pretty much. Instagram, Facebook got hacked, so that's gone. But Google us and we'll pop up.
We'll just cut that last part out about Sam because he hates me. So
Awesome. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
yeah, thank you.
Yep.